Good evening, class. My name is Esmus Franklin, and I will be giving a formative speech about hurricanes. As you can see, what happened last week to Houston, Texas, it was Hurricane Harvey, which was Cat 3, caused intense flooding and major damage to the city of Houston, Texas. It was Cat 3. And we have another hurricanes out there, and it's supposed to be Cat 5 once it touches land, and it's supposed to hit the state of Florida. And right now, if you're in the southern states right now, we call this hurricane season because we expect a lot of rain, a lot of storms to happen this month. So this right now in the southern state is probably the worst month right now because we never know what can happen. It's a lot of anything can happen right now. But I'm gonna tell you something about hurricane. Hurricane became from the Spanish. It was a word for evil, and they used the name hurricane to when they their ships their ships would sail or sink in the sea. They were called a hurricane because it was known as evil. Because hurricane, he was a Spanish guy. He summoned the great floods during that time, and it killed a lot of people, and a lot of people suffered during that time. But during the Civil War time, I'm gonna tell you how bad hurricanes are. During the Spanish War, President McKinley declared that he rather face the Spanish Navy than actually have to go through a hurricane because he felt the hurricanes were so bad and he killed so many of his men that he would rather take his chance fighting against the Spanish Navy than to try to survive through a hurricane. And they say in North America we call it a hurricane, but in the Western Pacific the storms are known as typhoons. And hurricanes they come from due to the Earth's rotation. Hurricanes spins counterclockwise north of the equator and clockwise south of. Most Atlantic hurricanes are born offshore of Africa, where warm water and cool water meets. When upper atmosphere conspire to create a spiraling storm. Activity peaks at this month, like I said. This is when the ocean surface waters are the warmest. Nearly half of all tropical cyclones occur in September. Like I said, this is the heavy month. This is when we have the most tropical storms occur during this month because it's when the ocean surfaces waters are the warmest. So when you have warm water and cool water mixed together, that's when they start to spiral. They don't mix well together. A typical hurricane it releases some 600 trillion watts of heat energy, equivalent to 200 times the world's total electric generating capacity. So that is a lot of heat. That a lot of heat. That's a lot of heat. There's a lot of heat circulating during the tropical storm. Like the hurricane, they unleash torrent rain, violent thunderstorms, and even tornadoes. But the deadliest component by far is the storm surge. The chunk of the ocean pushed ashore by winds that can gust up to, like I said earlier, up to 200 miles per hour. So there's a lot of wind and water coming at you at one time. In 1970, a 30-foot storm surge claimed at least 300,000 lives in East Pakistan, which is now known as Bangladesh. The largest known tropical cyclone was 1979's Typhoon Tip, which stretched 1,400 miles across the northwestern Pacific. That's the distance between Dallas to Washington D.C. That was a really big hurricane. 1,400 miles. Wow, that's a lot. But it's still nothing compared to with Jupiter's Great Red Spot. It was a seemingly internal 400-mile-per-hour hurricane, nearly twice the size of our entire planet. The World Meteorological Organization started naming hurricanes in 1953. Now the organization moved through an alphabetical list of names on a 6-year rotation, retired Hall of Famer storm names like Katrina each season. Want a storm to call your own bad news. The National Hurricane Center already has rather large file folder of nominated names. So the Hurricane Center already have names for the storms. Once they see a storm out there, they already have names for it. And you have to be careful what you pick for, because after Cleo retired in 1964, a researcher at the Center for Time Stop with Camille in honor of the daughter of famed hurricane forecaster John Hope. 5 years later, Hurricane Camille hit the Mississippi coast, killing 250 people.